What's up with it, y'all? Hope everybody having a blessed day, as I am, as always. Stay blessed, no matter what's going on, what's happening. You have to stay blessed. Period. Point blank. But hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get my thumbnails in there before we continue this video that we're about to do. Got a lot of things to kind of go over that is just, it's trippy, man. Everything is just trippy. Let me not say too much. Hold on, I'm almost done. And that should be it. Okay, that should be it. But yeah, like I was saying, I hope everybody having a blessed day. I always say that because, it's a blessing to just be here. Like, period. It's a blessing just to be here. A lot of people don't understand that, but it is. Just to be alive in these times, is a blessing in itself. And I always say this, right? Like, we as Black people been saying, the same messages over and over and over again. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like people don't get it. And then I go, dang, no, they get it. They just don't want to be held accountable for certain things that's going on. He said a heat wave, huh? Not here, it feel good. The San Diego is, whew, got a cool breeze right now. I don't know about y'all. Hope y'all ain't got too much heat. But we gonna jump right into the video. I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. We gonna jump right into it, and then we'll talk through it as we go. Let's go.
You're blaming the problem in the Black community on the white attitudes towards the blacks.
I assume you're a student at some juncture, have you studied American history?
Slightly.
Have you studied slavery?
Yes.
Do you understand, if I were to give you a current example of slavery, what I would do with you is if spaceship lands, someone takes you to a planet where there are nothing but green people. They take you away from your mother, your father, all of these institutions. It took at least 3 years to make a slave a slave. For the next 3 years, green people are going to tell you, you're no good, white is a horrible looking color, not having zinc bob wire hair is disgusting. Now, let me ask you this. After 400 years of that, what do you think your reaction would be when you saw a white person either in the audience or in a magazine? The microphone isn't on.
What I've got from today's discussion is that you're saying your actions are based upon how we react to you.
No, I am asking you, what would your reaction right now be after having been held in captive 400 years by green people? What would you think of being white now, right now? No, that's he speaks for himself. He would?
I'm still white.
Let him speak.
I'm still white. White is white and black is black.
No, that's not the question, sir. The question is, if you for 400 years had been on the planet Mars with green people
being told that white was no good.
Over and over again.
That's what he doesn't get.
Being white is no good.
That's what he didn't get.
If they had killed you, if you'd stood up and saying being white is all right, if they killed generations of you for standing up and saying being white is all right, I ask you today, what would you think of being white?
Am I supposed to say that I don't like my heritage? You're blaming the problem.
Now, you see what I'm saying right there? He can't answer the simple question. You said you read history, you know the history of slavery and all these different things, but you couldn't answer that simple question. You know why? Because it's almost like putting on the shoes of us and what we've been through, which you can't do. It's impossible to do, but putting you on that side and going, dang, okay, yeah, I would hate them green aliens. Like, if they did that to us, like, why us? Like, why would they do? You couldn't fathom it. Like, so this is what I be feeling like sometimes when we be saying these things. I say it all the time, bro. We all grown. People don't act like they grown. People act like they don't understand this shit. And if we got to keep explaining it to them, what are we doing? Like, we wasting our time. We wasting our time trying to explain to them how bad things that occurred to us was. It's like, come on now, grow up. But this is on Same Struggle Apparel channel. And like I was going through his videos, and like I liked his videos because it had us spitting and giving the same message over time through so many different ways. And I'm going, dang, we've been doing this for so long, saying these same things for so long. Why aren't these people listening? How come these people can't understand? Like, do they get it? Do they not get it? Is it something that they get, but then yet they trying to hide, like still behind that wall of whiteness or whatever? It's like, bro, this shit is hella trippy. Let's go.
What does black power mean?
Well, it means black people coming together and using their energies and making a power base to do what they have to do in order to assure their liberation. Because what that means, if you really go into it deeply, means that black people must be in control of their lives, must be in control of the politics, the economics, and the social aspects that determine their lives.
What does black power...
Now, I like when I talked about this is why I don't like politics. And you're going to hear somebody else, very important, say the exact same thing I've been saying. It wasn't made for us. We can act like it was, and we can go try to fight, and we can go vote and do all that shit. This shit wasn't made for us. It wasn't built for us to win. Period. I seen somebody in the comments say, "Well, times have changed." No, they haven't. They haven't changed. Y'all people still act the same.
I was today years old when I found out.
You liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger.
One second, y'all.
He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out.
Give me 1 second. This is from that movie Trick Baby. If anybody ever watched it, it's a lot of black movies that came out in like the 60s and the 70s that say a lot of different things, and a lot of people ain't watched it, ain't really seen it, which is crazy. But yeah, you can watermelon felon all you want, bro. It just shows how ignorant y'all is. I don't know who kid you is. You got to be somebody kid. You feel me? You in the wrong place, all right? You just in the wrong place. It's okay. You'll be all right. You ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm going to tell you, right, it just shows, like, even when we be doing these lives and we're talking about different things, like you'll have people come in, and a lot of times I think I don't erase their comments because it just shows you the blatant racism that actually just goes on in open doors. And like sometimes it be kids, bro, and sometimes it be grown people acting like kids. But it's cool. It's cool. You feel me? Like, you just show us that, we know what we talking about. So
I was today years old
play this
when
one
I
more
found
time.
out.
One more time.
Liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
Trading
we
places.
have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out, and they grow to hate him.
Now,
he becomes worthless.
that's one thing I want to point out right there, how he said it releases their racial anger, meaning, oh, they not mad no more because they made it. You feel me? Like it kind of splits us up, and then we get to looking down on each other. This is why I always say, man, these videos be telling us so much, and it's like, sometimes I don't even pay attention. And then when I grab it, because I watched this movie a couple of times, and I'm surprised I didn't catch this part right here. I probably was so into something else that was going on. But it's like, yeah, we'll let them in. You feel me? Like it's almost like the house ninja, and then you had the field ninja, like that type of shit. Like they're still playing that game with us after all this time, and we go for it.
And safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
And to him, he feels like one of you. That's why they move away from us. And like I hear people say this, people need to see, no, they're just getting tired of ghetto people. And it's like, wait, hold on, the ghetto mentality, like where the fuck, like y'all act like all people don't be having that crazy mentality. You feel me? To where they stopping plane flights, arguing on planes. That don't just come from black people. That come from all races. You feel me? Like I think I just don't like when they put a narrative on us that we start telling each other. It's like, man, if you don't get out my face, if you don't get out, I'll be damned if I start running with any of your narratives of how you feel about my people and what we do as a people. Like, you can't help us. Like, bro, we ain't looking for no savior. They can't help us. They ain't trying to help us.
The flag is drenched with our blood. Because you see, so many of our ancestors was killed because we have never accepted slavery. We had to live on it, but we've never wanted it. So we know that this flag is drenched with our blood. So what the young people are saying now, give us a chance to be young men, respected as a man. As we know, this country was built on the black backs of black people across this country. And if we don't have it, you ain't gonna have it either, because we gonna tear it up. That's what they saying. And people ought to understand that. I don't see why they don't understand that. They know what they've done to us. All across this country, they know what they've done to us. The flag.
Which is crazy, man. They know. They know. And it was something else I was going to say. I kind of forgot about that one. But that is trippy, though. Because, all the bloodshed and everything, countless of people lost their lives behind just trying to say, hey, we are people, too. We just want to be free. Like, we just don't want to be bothered, bro. Like, we live a pleasant life. We don't want to be bothered, okay?
Voices from the struggle. To know the struggle is to know the voices that carried it. Ida B. Wells. Born into slavery in Mississippi in 1862, Ida B. Wells became a journalist, educator, and investigator. But what made her different was that she documented lynchings in America with evidence, names, dates, newspaper reports, and what she discovered challenged the entire narrative being pushed across the South. Many black men being accused of crimes against white women had never committed the crimes at all.
Yeah.
Some were successful businessmen. Some had violated racial expectations. Some simply threatened white power. And when Wells exposed it publicly, her newspaper office was destroyed by a white mob. She was told if she returned to Memphis, she would be killed. But she kept writing anyway. Because Ida B. Wells understood something early. If nobody documented the truth, the lie would become history. And in many ways, that fight still continues.
Right today.
Return to hear more voices from the struggle.
Yeah, that's true, because even like when we just sitting here talking about it, like we sitting here talking about these certain things that happen, and then you have people come in and say racist things. Like today, bro, it is 2026. It's like, what the, like, come on now, man. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, it get to the point to where you go, okay, dang, we gonna cut everybody off. But you got a lot of other nice people out there, a lot of good people. And it's like, but it make us look at everybody in the wrong way. Like, period. Because a couple of y'all just constantly do weird stuff. And then we go out. Now we gotta have our guard up because we don't know which one of y'all go switch on us. It's like, I don't, they be flip flopping. Remember on Vampire in Brooklyn when Granddaddy said, man, they motherfucking flip flop, just flip flop on you, be cool, and then tomorrow be on some racist stuff, and you like, wait, hold on, bro. Like, I was, I didn't even. What the hell? Like, at my old job, I had that happen. Somebody trying to explain something to me and make it seem like he was a savior to another black man. Then he go, well, because I had to get on this other guy because he was calling him the N-word, but he was saying it. It says with the hard R, and I'm like, hey, man, look, you don't gotta keep saying it. Like, I understand what you're saying. But I'm just saying, he kept calling him, and he'd do it again, and I'm just standing there like, bro, I got to cut this conversation short because you're gonna keep doing that. And I'm not trying to say you being disrespectful, but if I told you that that's disrespectful and you keep doing it, you being disrespectful. It's like, but like, they do these things and they be thinking that shit be okay. And it get to the point to where you don't even get mad no more because you go, man, these people is just weird. And that it's not going to change. For some of them, it's not going to change. Some people is just weird. And it's like, what can you say? Hello, how y'all doing?
The love that we have for one another is the greatest threat to the people who rule over us. And it is necessary for those people who rule over us and who rule over African people the world over, if those people are to stay in power, they must destroy our ability to love each other in a healthy sort of way.
Exactly. That's why they try to program us to hate each other and not like each other, like period. But somebody said, well, it's about creating a constant state of conflict like a fog and traps people. Oh, thanks, Master Creator. Good looking out, bro. But yeah, and we get the fog in ourselves, bro. I'm telling you, sometimes we get to going against ourselves. And I'm gonna tell you, like the thing that I don't like is if one of us has a different view, we push them out of our community. Even though they one of us, like we'll push because they have a different view on things, and that's part of the plan. That's what they want us to do. They want us to create our own view, have our own view, and anybody that don't got it, push them out the way. It don't matter if they you or not. Push them out the way. Get rid of them. This is things that when you think of like the Jehovah's Witnesses, like that's one of the games that they do. To where, okay, you in the congregation, let something happens, they'll ban you. To where anybody in the congregation, they can't speak to you. They can't communicate with you anymore. You're pushed all the way out. It don't matter, your family and everybody else that's still in the congregation, they gotta disown you. And it's like, this is what we begin to do that with each other. And I'm like going, dang, man, in order for us to learn, we have to make mistakes as a people. But we can't stop loving each other because we're going to even have our own that make mistakes, but we cannot stop loving each other.
Hitler kills 2 million white people. He's the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million Africans. He still does not appear on the list of the most wicked people that ever lived on the earth. There must be something wrong with this narrative. Totally something wrong with that narrative. It can't be right by day, by night, by numbers, by mathematics, by ethnography. It cannot be right. That the whole world watches the massacre of black people and says nothing.
Hey, that's what I be saying. It's like, people, like everything is wide and open right now. Like, the age of Aquarius and all these things that happen to where all the information is out there. There's nothing that you can't go and search and find. There's no understanding out there that you can't go and look up and learn about. There's no race that you can't go and look up online and learn their culture or learn about them. when you go and you see this, like this should make everybody feel some type of way. When you see these pictures of these kids with their hands cut off, you feel me, whips on their backs, chains being hung, you should feel some type of way. Like, hold on, like that was wrong. Like, you know, even if your people did it. Like, you know, and like the one guy, he couldn't even say, well, yeah, I would feel some type of way. No, he had to keep on, man, retracting, you know, trying to gaslight the conversation. It's like, bro, just answer the question. If the green man did that to white people, how would you feel about the little green men? They took you from Earth, took you to Mars, and told you to hate yourself, to hate white. White wasn't right. Only green was right. How would you feel about that?
Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll?
Yeah, what that means, that's enough of that. You get the picture on that. Like, these are kids pointing at the white doll, saying the white doll, but like it shows you the brainwashing and how it's passed down through generation, like over and over again. He said in early 1800s, my tribe in Southeast Washington had 80,000 people, give or take. In 2026, we have about 4,500. Golly, what happened, bro? Dang, what happened?
I'm trying to keep myself calm here, Nicole.
Why?
Because I'm really upset.
That's okay.
You get tired of people playing fast and loose with your dead. Mm-hmm. And it was triggered by Obama. You know how many dead people are in the bottom of rivers in Mississippi because they tried to vote? Mm-hmm. How many dead folk, right? Folk who have wounds because of this. And here we are in this moment in the country's history, and we have to deal with this again. You see what I mean? So you think about the
deal
glory.
with it again. He said, "That's crazy. What does it take to teach a little kid brainwashed into pointing that white is good and black is bad?" It takes a lot of TV programming, a lot of you know, making a people like kind of hate theyself, you know, because if the kids is doing this, then some of the things they learn from, you know, the parents or from school, who knows, it's like, but them was younger kids. It's like, hey, preschool or something like that, or kindergarten. And it's like, yeah, what does that? That's crazy to think about, man.
Revolution, our glorious revolution that produced the Constitution, the courts restrained it, limited. Dred Scott doesn't extend to us. You think about the Civil War, left 600,000 plus dead. Get the Reconstruction amendments. We finally look like we're going to try to become a democracy. What do we get? The courts. Slaughterhouse cases. Reduces it. Rolls it back. And now here we are. We've only been a democracy since 1965. Barely then. 15 years later, Reagan is elected, Mobile decision happens. Right? Roberts begins his career right there. And so here we are. It's exhausting. And so, yes, we have to get together. Yes, we have to mobilize. Yes, we have to organize. But these people play fast and loose with our dead. They play fast and loose with our sacrifices. They think they own freedom. They can give it to us and take it away whenever they want. And they think we're just supposed to sit here and take this, right? So first of all, I'm just going to express my rage at this decision. And then the second thing we need to do, of course, is to get about the hard work of trying to salvage this democracy as we've done since the moment we've been on these shores.
Where does the first part of it end and the second part begin?
The first part of it ends when we admit, honestly, that racism still occupies the throne of this country. There's nothing about our current days that lead us to believe, that should lead us to believe that we are in a post-racial world. There's nothing about our days. And then once we admit that, admit of our sins, then perhaps we open up a future for us to be otherwise. But the noble lie isn't noble at all. Racism still occupies the throne of this country.
Yeah. Like, that's what built it. That's what racism built it. That's why I said, bro, this ain't, man.
Black people sold each other as slaves first, and the Europeans just came and exploited that. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, there is, but it's spun 600 years ago. You would have seen yourself as belonging to your country. I would have seen myself as belonging to my country. And battles take place, like battles would take place in Europe. And whoever gets captured is going to end up prisoners of war. That's not unusual. But the way it's presented is deny that you even had a country, deny that I had a country. So we're now all one group of people called black people. So if we're now battling, well, why are you black people even fighting? You're supposed to be one people. The evolution of slavery, it begins in 1441. Kidnapping is how it began. It was the Portuguese that they realized that they could build slave dungeons. The local ruler on the Ghanaian coast, Kwame Ansah, he was told this was going to be a trading center for goods. He opposed it, but the Portuguese burned his village down. So that's how they were able to build slave dungeons. And then once you now have that, you can now pull even more people out by encouraging battle. One group of Europeans arms your side, another group arms your side, and whoever gets captured is going to end up prisoners of war. And it's only now, when some of your people and your people are on the same slave ship, that you realize
that's what they were doing. Yeah.
Right. And that's why black people that ended up on slave ships and ended up being sent to North America, South America, Central America, the Caribbean, those were the first to realize we've all been played. That's why these were the first people to become Pan-Africanists.
Man.
Black people sold.
Like I understand that, bro. It's, you know, it's like, don't downplay what happened. It happened, okay? It happened. It's still a lot of.
I'm trying to keep myself calm here, Nicole.
Why?
Black people.
One of the questions asked, why didn't you get up when the bus driver asked you and the policeman? I said I could not move because history had me glued to the seat. And they say, how is that? I say, because it felt like soldier on the truth, hands were pushing me down on one shoulder, and Harriet Tubman, hands were pushing me down on another shoulder. And I could not move. And I yelled out, it's my constitutional rights. Because I wasn't breaking the law under the state's law, separate but equal. I was sitting in the area that was reserved for black pensioners. At that time, we didn't even want to be called black because black had a negative connotation. We were called colors. So I was sitting in the colors section. But because of Jim Crow law, the bus driver had police force. He could ask you to get up. And the problem was that the white woman that was standing near me, she wasn't an elderly white woman. She was a young white woman. She had a whole seat to sit down by opposite me in the opposite row, but she refused to sit down because of Jim Crow laws. A white person couldn't sit opposite a colored person. And a white person had to sit in front of you. The purpose was to make white people feel superior and colored people feel inferior. One of the questions asked.
Like that, and this happened in 1955. That's the year my mom was born. I'm like going, dang, that wasn't that long ago. People make it seem like it was a long, long time ago this stuff was happening. It was a long time ago. It's like, okay, then why some of us still living, still here, walking the earth?
The only way you counteract institutional racism is to build power inside your community to counteract it. You cannot counteract it through individual approaches. That means that the knowledge that you acquire here, you must bring back to the black community to benefit that community instead of going to work for IBM, General Motors, or Gulf Oil, or some corporation like that that does not begin to benefit black people, only benefits you and this country, because it helps to perpetuate the lies about a democracy. So that's, I think, one of the major differences between black power and what they call integration. The only way you count.
This dude, same struggle peril, man. He got some dope clips on his channel. It's like, man, so if you be TikToking, man, make sure you check out his channel.
I think the biggest difference between racism in America and racism in South Africa is I find that South African racism is and was a lot more blatant. And I always say to people, I know it's strange to say this, but I often think that was the greatest gift the apartheid government gave us, is that it was like, it was there, it was happening to you, it wasn't hidden. But then what happened in America is, you know, you hit that period where like they started changing things. I don't know if it was around Nixon, and they were like, oh, we've got to be silent about this. And then it wasn't blatant anymore. Now, people have to be like detectives of their own racism. They have to figure it out. So let me give you an example. In South Africa, the government would just say, blacks cannot live in these areas. Now, you know, I'm black, I don't live here. I don't like it, but I don't live here. You get what I'm saying? But then in America, you'd be like, can I get a home loan? And they'd be like, no. And you'd be like, why? And they'd be like, they'd be like, why can't I? And then you just start realizing, you're like, wow, how come the black people all seem to only be able to get houses in these areas, but not in these areas? And these school districts are better. How come the money is going here? How come? And you get what I'm saying? And I know it sounds strange to say, but I think there's something liberating about fighting an obvious enemy as opposed to one that you have to prove exists. That's probably the biggest difference.
Wow.
White ingenuity is like, damn, we ain't gonna get him at this sport. Let's just make a new sport. Make a new sport. That shit be like spike ball, cornhole. We like they taking over tennis. Let's make pickleball. Niggas play spades the way white men play hacky sack.
Yeah, real.
How you figure this out? Like, where you? First of all, that's stolen.
Yeah.
This is clearly like this is like white soccer. Like it's like,
exactly.
Oh nah, but you can't use your hands. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of my face, bro.
Young was be cloudy.
Now I may seem radical, but I was just early in the conversation where a lot of us were saying, oh, you know, it's not that bad. It is that bad. It is that bad. There are still racists among us. The question that I have when we see the pictures from 1965, where did all the racists go? All the folks who was blocking Ruby Bridges from going to school in New Orleans, where did they go? Who were their children? What businesses do they run?
Wait, let me now, wait. Did you hear what he said?
There are still racists among us. The question that I have when we see the pictures from 1965, where did all the racists go? All the folks who was blocking Ruby Bridges from going to school in New Orleans, where did they go? Who were their children? What businesses do they run? What boards do they serve on? They didn't go away, they just learned to use new language. Now I may seem radical.
That's some real
Violence
shit.
is a part of America's culture. It is as American as cherry pie. American taught the black people to be violent. We will use that violence to rid ourselves of oppression if necessary. We will be free by any means necessary. And we also say, to extend that, if black leaders continue to aid in the genocidal attempt of America to execute and eliminate black people, then they shall be considered as enemies also of black people. Violence is a part of America.
They was on during the Black Panthers, they was on their shit, bro.
Black History Month in the educational system is never before slavery. It's always from the plantation to the present or the cotton field to the current. You never learn about Imhotep or Mansa Musa or the Nile Valley Civilization or Timbuktu or the lost city of Atlantis. We don't learn anything about what we were before we were kidnapped and brought to America and westernized and Caucasianized. We don't learn about what we used to be before we were brought here. We learn about the accomplishments of a slave under the slave master, or about a freedom fighter or a revolutionary who either was killed or their movement was broke. So guess what happens to the mind if all we know about is plantation to the present? what happens is if we look back and we see us as slaves living in mud huts, working from can't see morning, can't see night for free, dressed in burlap, then we start getting a little apartment, $10 an hour, couple jackets, and think we didn't really came somewhere. Next thing you know, we start talking about we started from the bottom, now we here. But if we could really learn about ourselves, we would say we started from the top, and now we way down here.
Man.
So in that sense, Black history is a scam that has been offered to give us a pacifier. A pacifier, it looks like a nipple, might even feel like a nipple, but no milk is coming out of the pacifier. It's put in the mouth just to put somebody to sleep. And unfortunately, this Black history, the way it's been taught, has put us to sleep.
Wow.
Black history.
I like the way he explained that, though. Like, you know, it's just a pacifier. Here, shut up, lay down, go to sleep. You feel me? You tired, you whining, you crying, you tired.
In exchange for Africa giving Europe 500 solid years of our people, I mean, not
Wait,
Europe, the Western world, of our human beings to work your canes, to dig your gold, to take in gold itself, diamond, I mean, you know, fish, peanuts, palm oil, everything. In exchange for that, we have got nothing. Nothing. And you know it. Nothing. And you look upon, you know, white folks look upon us like monkeys. It is true. It's in your literature. Hey, you know, some of your best thinkers have said this about us. Have you heard of all these Germans? Have you heard? Okay. Yes. They said, Lord Burton, people like that, they said, we don't even have the brain of animals. That's what we've got from you people.
But don't you think that this is over now?
Over where? Is it over? Is it over? Is it over?
Is it over? Hell no, it ain't. Far from it.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other.
Go to work for me.
Yeah, ma'am. How much you gonna pay me, I hope?
Well, let's see now. I'll pay you all your work.
No, ma'am. I gotta have some money.
Wow. the bullshit they was putting on back then.
In America, there are 190 million whites, living in just about 82 million homes, while there are 40 million blacks, living in just over 14 million homes. To truly understand the racial wealth gap, you must look past the income of these families and evaluate household worth. According to demos.org, in total, white American households own 90% of the national wealth. In contrast, black Americans altogether own less than 2.6% of the national wealth.
Golly.
With most of this small sliver being in the hands of black baby boomer retirees. Black working age families are largely invisible nationally in terms of wealth. To give a clearer lens, the bottom 50% of American households control only 1% of the national wealth. And of the total 14 million black households, likely over 10 million black families fall into this bottom group that owns nearly no wealth. The racial wealth gap is real and it's growing. While 10%, or about 8 million white homes, are worth $1.4 million or more, according to Slate.com, when you deduct the family car, 50% of African American homes, or over 7 million black families, are worth no more than $1,700. In America, there are 190 million whites, living in just about 82 million homes, while there are 40 million blacks, living in just over 14 million homes. To truly understand the racial wealth gap, you must look past the income of these families and evaluate household worth. According to demos.org, in total, white American households own 90% of the national wealth. In contrast, black Americans altogether own less than 2.6% of the national wealth, with most of this small sliver being in the hands of black baby boomer retirees. Black working age families are largely invisible nationally in terms of wealth. To give a clearer lens, the bottom 50% of American households control only 1% of the national wealth. And of the total 14 million black households, likely over 10 million black families fall into this bottom group that owns nearly no wealth. The racial wealth gap is real and it's growing. While 10%, or about 8 million white homes, are worth $1.4 million.
He said the black millionaires and billionaires all sold out. They said they sold their soul and won't help anyone else. Ain't that some shit? Huh? Like, you can be a billionaire, trillionaire. And like, I think I never could understand that. It's like, you know, I can be a billionaire, a trillionaire, and then I can watch, you know, anybody under that just like crumble. I can watch all the poor people just crumble. Like, what are you gonna do? What is there to do with all that money? Like, you know, you got $1 trillion, bro. Do you know you can fix everything for everybody? And instead, you know, yeah, we'll send a car to space. I'm gonna send a car to space. That's what I'm gonna do with all this money.
There's more. According to Slate.com, when you deduct the family car, 50% of African American homes, or over 7 million black families, are worth no more than $1,700. In America, there are 190 million.
Crazy. That is crazy, man.
This.
I seen people. Hey, somebody was saying something about Jay-Z. I remember I seen, I don't know who was that? Was it? I think it was Nas, and he was doing the thing. Hold on, he was doing the thing about the casino, and they was gonna build this big casino or something in New York. And he was saying how it was it's gonna bring jobs to people. They said it's gonna bring jobs and all these different things. It's like, it's gonna bring jobs, but then it's gonna break a lot of people at the same time. Like, it's crazy because some of these things that they create, they build, and they put in our face. That's what it do. I told you, bro. Like, in order for somebody to win, somebody gotta lose. Hold on. Somebody got to lose. So, and with them knowing this and playing the yin yang game all the time, this is what they do, and they'll drop something and the people that it helped gonna feel cool, but the people that get destroyed, we ain't gonna worry about. That's what I was saying about like, even when you look at the crack era, it made a lot of rich people, but at the same time, it destroyed a lot of lives. The crack, it played both sides. Like, it literally played both sides to where it destroyed people and it made people rich. And the rich ones, what did they do? They began to destroy the ones who they were selling it to or giving it to. Like, you come up short, you know, not paying me that $20 for that $20, you know, you lose your life. Back then it was like, but I don't know, bro. This should be wicked crazy.
Professor! I got it open! Good heavens, man! Great Scott, we've discovered the fountain of all knowledge of Egypt in the entire world, you...
Said the Republican Party did not end slavery. You said medicine?
Wait till the brothers hear this.
Puna.
I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby. This tells the real team. Check this out.
Control yourself, don't you see?
What you mean, Jack? Look at this here. Black people started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC.
Yes, of course, Puna.
Man, they was getting down. This is it, brother.
Yes,
Everybody gonna know about this. Listen, we can change the history. Civilization will be changed.
By all means.
Yeah, this is gonna be it.
Get the bulldozers, there's nothing here.
But.
Shut up!
Wow. That's how they will destroy they will destroy people to hide history and certain things that happen.
It seemed to me been preaching hate to meet hate. I don't advocate any kind of hate.
Hey, Malcolm, I have too much music on that one. I can't play that one.
I come from a tradition of women, maroons, cimarrons, who didn't just try to escape from oppression, but were totally mind, body, spirit committed to resisting and committed to winning.
And I'm gonna tell you, bro, you can take our identity, you can change a person's identity, but that spirit that's in there, that's something that can never be touched. And that's why once that spirit began to speak over the fake understanding or the fake things that people been taught, bro, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. Once like it's like I always say this, bro, we are the ancestors, you know? And whenever I say it, some people don't understand it when I say, okay, we are the ancestors. The blood of the ancestors is within us. 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, we gonna be the ancestors. So we already the walking ancestors right now, because the things that we do and where we go, like they're gonna be looking at it 500 years from now, 200 years from now, and that's what they're gonna look at us like. Yeah, some of us, golly, bro, some of us is it's out of control though.
I did not say that all white people are interested in burning and looting and pillaging. I am saying that the ideals that established this country were based on burning, looting, and pillaging people. We need to understand that when black people were brought here to the United States, they were brought here as an act of war. They were kidnapped here, and the destruction of the black family and the creation of a slave mentality was an integral part of the development of this nation state. So there has never been an interest in the black family, and that's reflected today. I did not say that all white...
You know, I can't figure you, man.
What's the figure?
I mean, what are you in this for? You want power, you want revenge, you know? What is it?
It's simple, Willie. I just want to be free.
That's it. Free and left alone to roam and do what I want.
You have to understand, no matter what religion I belong to, no matter what denomination I belong to, no matter what political ideology I follow, my people must always be in charge of themselves. They must be the masters of themselves. And any ideology, any religion, anything that fails to serve that purpose is a waste of our time.
Exactly.
All our energy need to be converted into that. And this is the confusion of what we call our intellect.
Crazy.
The role of the teacher, the intellect, the preacher, the role of any kind of leader is to make sure his people know the time of day, the political time of day, the emotional time of day, and the historical and cultural time of day. Make sure his people are trained in how to face reality. And if you face reality right now, you will realize that you are living in a society that is dying. The society is not only dying, the society intends for you to die with it.
Exactly.
You have to understand.
Exactly. That's why it uses you to keep it strong, to keep it going. Like they will use us. Like I always say this, bro. Like if you think America itself cares about what religion you are, whose side you on, it doesn't care. Long as you keep on being a part of the system, long as you keep being a gear within the system to keep the system going. That's why anybody that goes against that system, what do? They get them out of here, because they're going against the system. They don't want this system to collapse. You feel me? Like they started off with slaves, and they said, okay, dang man, okay, we don't want to, like, this is crazy. We're doing it this way. Like they didn't change anything. They just got to the point to where, okay, say we gonna just enslave all of them. Why are we just picking just those people to enslave? Why don't we enslave all of them and let them fight amongst each other? Wow, still just being gears within the system of America, within the machine of America, keeping it going. Go out and vote. Go do this. Go do that. Be a part of the president. Be a part of the mayor and all these different things, bro. They want us to stay part of the system in order to keep the system alive. Because I don't know, how much spiritual how much spiritual knowledge or understanding you have about things. This is my understanding. Everything is spiritual. Okay. So when we create an idea and we build it and we make it, just like our body, the idea of us being this person that we feel like we are right here, it doesn't want to die. It doesn't want to perish. So whenever we create a system, where's that system existing at? Because the system don't exist outside of us. The system is happening right here within us. We're the power behind the system that's giving the system the power to be what it is. And I'm like going, dang, we ain't woke up from that. We ain't woke up from like understanding that all these different lines that are being drawn in the sand are only in the mind. This is what they do. And it make it seems like it's something real, but like it really just isn't. It's just like I'm gonna say it again, it's an illusion. It's a dope illusion, because the illusion is so dope, we fall into it and we play into it. And then we become the illusion. Now we became the illusion. Now we're gonna do what we can in order to keep that illusion alive and keep that illusion working. Because it's existing within us. The United States don't exist with like outside of people. If people wasn't here, this would not be the United States, bro. China wouldn't be China if it wasn't people. People the one gave it these names. The animals ain't running around going, "Hey, yeah, we in Brazil. I'm a Australian kangaroo." You feel me? Like it's us keeping these systems alive, and that's why. That's why it's weird, bro. It's weird because we keep the system alive, and then a lot of times the system is not working for us. It wasn't created for us, but we took it in and we said, "Oh, we just gonna be a slave of it." You feel me? We gonna sacrifice ourselves for it. I'm gonna sacrifice days out my life in order to keep this system going, to keep it being what it is. Like period, point blank. That's just and it's the weirdest thing. Like I'm seeing this like over the last couple of years of doing what I do, but I'm like going, it's crazy to think about. And then even if you read like certain things, like you read the Bible and they talk about the beast and riding on the beast, the woman on the back of the beast, the woman is drunk and all these different things, bro. It's explaining the systems, the different systems that are here that are doing what they're doing, that got everybody captivated, fighting against each other, doing these things that we do, trying to be rich, trying to be great, trying to be the best. The system plays you like that. And it's only a mind thing. It's always been a mind thing. That's the one thing I begin to realize. It's always been a mind thing. If I got your mind, as above, so below. Your body gonna follow. All I gotta do is corrupt your mind and the way you think and make you think that your thoughts are yours. If I can like control your thinking, and then to the point to where I make it seem like those thoughts that you have and the way you feel is yours, I got you. I got you. I got you. Because now you're thinking you voted for Trump. You're thinking you voted for this. You're thinking, and it's not you doing it. This is life being life, and people writing that life and making the story for you. They helped you build your way of thinking from since you was a child in school. They helped you. They said, oh, think like this. Look, these are the good people. When you seen the little kids looking at the dolls and they said, oh, they pointed to the white doll. They said, which one is good and which one is bad? And they pointed to the black doll and said the black doll is bad. These are black kids, and pointed to the white doll and said that one is good. Neither one of these dolls, like, think about the illusion. Neither one of these dolls are even real. For one, they're not even real. It shit be crazy, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna lose my mind in this shit. I'm gonna lose my mind, but I ain't. I said, so if you gotta damn near lose your mind to really understand everything and see what's going on, and kind of step outside of it and go, God damn, we all playing this game. And then people get mad when you ain't part of it. Don't not be a part of the game. You feel me? Like, it's like standing on the basketball court, and when they pass you the ball, you don't try to grab it and take a shot. You just let the ball just keep hitting you and fall. Everybody gonna be mad at you. I'm just saying. Said I'm not lying to myself.
But when we start talking about chattel slavery, we're not talking about one trauma. We're not talking about a specific event. We're talking about generations of trauma with
because you can't understand
no
the definition.
Intervention. Based on what I know about sugar plantations, tobacco, and the Caribbean, what I know about American chattel slavery and the plantations there, does anyone right now ever recall mental health assistance to slaves? Anybody remember sending in the therapist after
zero comprehension skills you got? I really don't need none. You know, you probably feel like you need comprehension skills to make yourself feel better than me. That's cool. You can have that. You can have that. If that make you feel better than me, you can have that. All right. Anything that makes you feel like you better than me, or you better than them or somebody else, man, keep that. You can have it. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Matter of fact, let me go get you be to have to go get some. We're gonna have to start giving awards to people that just feel better. Okay. We're gonna give you an award. We're gonna come up with an award and we're gonna start handing them out. You feel me? Like Perry. Give you an award for that. So you feel even better. You know, a shirt or something. I don't know.
Hold off your son, daughter, raped folks. At any point. Never. Second question. After slavery was officially over. You're free.
I should open up the Discord to bring you in here so you can say how smarter you are. Because that's wild, right? Like I was watching a video a while back. Dang, I hate to even cut this, but I had to tell him something because, you know, people be thinking they smart. And it's like, yeah, you smart within America's society, smart. It's understandable. That's why you sit here and you try to learn these things that you think that you need to learn here, not knowing that, you know, the shit really doesn't mean anything. If we be real about it, I'm gonna be real about it. It really don't mean anything, because when you die, that shit ain't going with you. So you can learn all you want, all you need, and think that this smartness make you something. When I seen them kids in that African, I don't know if they were African or what they were, in the jungle, or, you know, living on the plain, and they went up to the hunters, the little boys, they were youngsters, and he said, man, I'm gonna ask you a question. And he was like, what's the meaning? What do you think the meaning to life is? And he said, baboons, meat, because that's what they did. They hunt baboons, and, you know, they follow the baboons, and they hunt baboons, and they eat baboons. And I was like going, dang, you know, so from him being in that culture that he's living, that's intelligent. How to hunt down a baboon and track down a baboon in order to eat is something that's meaningful to him. And I just feel like, everybody's going to have their meaning of life because, you taught that. You're taught that if you are better at this than somebody else, then it makes you better than somebody else. It doesn't. It doesn't. Like it's weird. And then, people will come in and the first thing they'll bring up God and they'll talk about God and these different things. And God made everybody the same and everybody perfect. And if that's the case, then you think because you know a little more about a person, it gives you a height of awareness. Do you think your life is going to last longer than mine? Do you think when you die, you get to go somewhere different because you smart? Bitch, no. You going to the same place everybody else is going. The only thing is, when you leave, you're going to be thinking about that going, dang, man, all that knowledge and all that information that I learned that made me smart, it ain't gonna save me from this one thing that everybody got to go through. All it did was create a self-influence, like I call it the God complex, when we walk around and we think we're better than other people. We think we better, or we think we smarter, or we better, or we more spiritual, when all this thing is one thing. Like, this shit makes me laugh now with people. It's like, yeah, you can be smarter. Who cares? It only matters to you and people like you, which is cool. That's okay with me. But I'm telling you, at the end, you ain't gonna get no reward because you died smart. You feel me? What made you feel like you was smart? You did. Who said you was smart? You did. You made yourself smart by thinking that you learning all these things or knowing this, knowing who the president is, and knowing all this shit. It made you smart. Man, I'm so happy for you. No, smarter doesn't mean better. I'm just saying. Just like me, with what I'm telling myself and what I'm saying to myself, I'm going to make myself believe whatever I feel like I need to believe in order to make me feel good about myself. Shit be funny. I'm telling you, people is funny. I have 130 IQ. so that... Give a fuck what your IQ is. I don't even care about an IQ. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything, okay? All right? You're going the same place as everybody else, all right? When your end come, with your IQ is not going to take you to a different place than anybody else, all right? It's just for the time being, here on this planet and walking this planet, you got an IQ. You feel better than everybody else. You feel different than everybody else. You still eating shit like everybody else. Your IQ, you didn't use that to stop eating. You didn't use that to start talking to people telepathically. You didn't use that to learn how to open and shut your mouth at the right times. You didn't use that to learn how to talk to people and be cool with people and try to understand people instead of trying to make yourself better than people. No, you didn't. That shit is a waste of time of even having. If I gotta act like you walking around and I gotta judge people and look down on people, that yes, I don't need that. You can have it. I'm happy for you. I hope they make an award for it and they send it to you. Okay. That shit don't mean nothing to me, bro.
Anybody remember any therapy then? We know it's been rough, it's been deep for you, it's been difficult. We're going to do a little group therapy. Anybody remember that?
No.
That would be no. Number 3, after slavery officially ended, both in the States, in the Caribbean, the British ended, do you remember whether or not trauma continued? Did the trauma continue for people of African descent? I need to know.
Still going on right now.
Okay, so now let's do the math. Hundreds of years of trauma, no treatment. Freed, more trauma, no treatment. What do you do the math? Do you think there may be residual impacts of that trauma? Of course there is.
It's a lot. Because a lot of stuff's still going on right today. Like period point blank, 130 IQ. I'm still laughing about that shit. That shit is hella funny, bro. Moses had 140 IQ.
And just to prove all of their suspicions, well,
Now, this is I'm glad he said this. How could the folks be civilized? Because they wasn't writing nothing down. They wasn't worried about 130 IQs. I damn you that. They wasn't worried about that. They just had everything here. You feel me? And they passed it on. Like, it's weird because even with us, like our ancestors, our grandmothers, and our mothers and stuff, or how they passed on a lot of things to us orally. And I'm gonna say it again, bro. Like, yeah. I never was for the system like everybody else. People are so for the system that they want the system to keep working and work for them, but not understanding that the system is gonna help people, but it's gonna destroy people at the same time, and that's just what it does. And it even like for us to even look at each other as being dumb or being ghetto or being all these different things, like that's weird in itself. We're all different. People are different. That's it. That's what it is. Like, some people don't, like, when you go in, like I was talking about the jungles, you go into the jungles and people that are still indigenous, people that are still living in the jungles, they don't need all this stuff we got. They don't even need books. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
didn't take too long. They found out that there were whole tribes of people in plain sight running around with no clothes on. That's right. The men, the women, the young, and the old righteous folks covered their eyes. And no time was spent considering the environment. Hell no, this just wasn't civilized. And another piece of information they had, or at least this is what we were taught, is that unlike the civilized people of Europe, these tribal units actually fought. And yes, there was some crude implements, and yes, there was primitive art, and yes, they were masters of hunting and fishing, and courtesy came from the heart.
Man.
And yes, there was love and medicine, religion, intertribal communication by drum, but no paper, no pencils, and no other utensils, and hell, these folks never even heard of a gun. And this is why the colonies came, to stabilize the land, because the dark continent had copper and gold, and the discoverers had themselves a plan.
Nah, you don't, bro. Like, that'd be the crazy thing, Like I told you, bro, we was indoctrinized. We've been given all this stuff on what to be and how to be, that we really believe it. We like literally believe it. Like, I'm watching college students that's in college right now sleeping in their van. You feel me? Finishing college and then not even getting the job that they went to school for. It's like, there's a percentage of people that make it and there's a percentage of people that don't. Like, period. But you see, they running around, they got on little straps, you feel me, little things that cover their front and their back, and they call them uncivilized. You feel me? Because they built a civilization and they said, we want you to be part of it. But in order to be part of our civilization, you got to learn our teachings. You got to share what we do, and you got to be a part of this. And then if you're not, then you're uncivilized. This is the thing. And then we go around with this same mentality, bro. Like, we walk around with this, like, it's weird as hell. We walk around with this same mentality, judging people on an illusion. Like, how you gonna walk around and judge people on an illusion that you accepted and you believed, and you said, okay, this is the illusion, I'm in it, you feel me, the Matrix, I'm in it, I'm part of it, and you're not, and you're bad, and like, you judging people off an illusion that was created for you to be, what you are in. And it's like the weirdest thing now. Like back then, I remember, no, Sky, no digging. I used to play into these things all the time. And, there's certain things that you just wanted to learn, certain things you wanted to know because you felt like it was better in who you are. No, what it was doing was it was playing on your God complex. It's just playing upon your mind, all these different things, because all this math, all that shit, bro. Like, if you think about it, right, you didn't have to measure out how high to jump when you was dunking basketballs. You didn't pull out a measuring tape and measure it. Like when you had to walk across a puddle and jump across that puddle, you didn't have to go to, oh, let me see, make sure it's 5 inches, I only can jump this far. No, you can look at it, assess the problem, and you knew how to get past. You knew, I can make that jump. I can make that. We just did things like that, bro. Like we was just like that. Like, and it's like it I'm so beyond even downing people and going after people for certain things or being a certain way. Because this is the one thing that I understand about reality is that this thing is going every which way. So from the bottom to the top, you're going to have a kind of person, period. It doesn't matter whether they good or they bad. You're going to have good, you're going to have bad, and you're going to have in between, period. This is what it's going to be. This is what it's been. It's always been that. And then sometimes, like, we'll get ourselves, like, these people walk around mad, you feel me, because people want to control everything. This is what we do as a people. We want to control everything. We'll walk around mad, and then we'll try to pass that anger and give it to other people. But I'm telling you, if somebody is creating a narrative or saying things that is disrespectful, or it's making another person feel like they lesser than human, half the time, bro, it's like, to me, it's like, what the fuck? Like, what do it make you feel better about yourself when you do this? Like, it got to be. I don't know what game people be playing we be playing games on ourselves, and we try to get everybody else involved into it. You feel me? We get everybody else into the fucking game in order so they can play it with us,
They would discover all the places with promise. You didn't need no titles and deeds. Then they would appoint people to make everything legal, to sanction the trickery and greed. And back in the jungle, when the natives got restless, they would call it guerrilla attack. And they would never describe that the folks finally got wise and decided that they would fight back. And still, we are victims of word games. Semantics is always a bitch.
Man.
Places once referred to as underdeveloped are now called mineral rich. And the game goes on eternally. Unity kept just beyond reach. Egypt and Libya used to be in Africa. They've now been moved to the Middle East. There are examples galore, I assure you. But if interpreting were left up to me, I'd be sure every time folks knew this version wasn't mine, which is why it is called his story.
Exactly. His story. The story of the person that wrote it. The story of the person that conquered. And it's cool. It's cool. You feel me? It is what it is. Say, Jill Scott was that dude spitting knowledge.
We've got to get past the herbal tea symbolism and start getting down to brass tacks. You keep looking for a leader. The late Dr. Julia Hare said the problem with black folks is we keep looking for black leaders, but we keep following leading blacks, and they're leading us off a cliff. We've got to.
That's why I said, in order to understand everybody else and the way everybody else think and even how they look at life, you got to begin to understand yourself. Half the time you got to sit to yourself and see where your thoughts is coming from, where your belief is coming from. Like, where's my thoughts coming from? Why do I think this? Why do I think that? And I think that's why when I was diving into psychedelics, that was one of the things that this is what happened that made me understand that and see that. Okay, I dove in on like I think 3.5. I forgot what kind it was, but all my thoughts were going right. At times, your thoughts would just be going, but I could see where all my ideas and my thoughts were coming from. Like I could see like certain things that I felt or certain things that I would say, certain ways I would say it. It was as it was coming out, I can see the person over here saying it. And then when this one come out, I can see the person over here saying it, but it was going in my voice. Like different beliefs that I had that was coming out, I can see I can see my mom saying it. But it was coming out in my voice. Meaning every time as I went about life and I made mistakes or I did something wrong or I did something righteous, certain things that I liked, I would grab and I would just put in my index. I hear somebody say something I like, I'll grab it, I'll put it in my index. And then what I will do, I will say it in a way that it felt like it was mine. But I still didn't, it wasn't. It wasn't mine. It never was mine. It came from somebody else. It came from somebody I looked up to at the time or whatever age it was. Like I even told this story, like I called my mom. I was talking to my mom the other day, right? And I was going, like, I always get on my son, like when he was younger, because he was like, he would whine a lot. And it's like, bro, why you always whining? Like, stop whining. And then his voice got deep. And then me and him talking, and it was like I was talking to myself, and he was whining. And I said, what the hell? I'm hearing myself. And I said, dang, I'm a grown man. I be whining too. Like, I'm like going, I be whining too. But just because my voice is deep, to me, it's not called whining. We switch it up and we call it something else. Complaining, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I heard myself and I said, dang, and I start paying attention to myself and certain things I be doing. Like, you'll see yourself playing the game. You feel me? And, oh, you'll miss a shot. Oh, my God, man, dude. We be whining on the game as grown-ass men, grown-ass women, like in different ways. Like, if you think I'm tripping, man, pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to some of the things that you do and how your mind reacts. Because I'll say it again. When I say we are legion, meaning every year that you lived life, every aspect, when you change from adolescent to preteen to teen, all those aspects of you are still living within you right now. Right now. So each time something gets said, the thing that you are doing is you're letting out different aspects of you. Your teenage you be like, hell no. Your younger you see somebody with something and be like, that's mine. Why are you using my stuff? Like, there's different aspects of yourself that will play out, and it will fool itself that the young one, that the older one is saying it, but really it's coming from your younger mind that still exists within you. Like, that is still that is still in there. That is still in there, but I digress.
They know that if we in our right mind, that our intellect so surpassed theirs, till they still wondering how the pyramids got there. How it sits on shifting sand, plotted by the celestial bodies, and ain't moved yet. I said, revolution is a process. It is not an event. So we've always been a state in the revolution. We've always been either winning or losing. We have always been moving forward or moving backwards ever since they snatched them first brothers and sisters off the beautiful shores of Africa. So we have to begin to think that we're always in the process of struggle with the enemy. Vicious struggle. Reactionary educational educators. Revolution is a process, it is not an event. No revolutionary culture.
Said Legion is hell's army. Let's not get into that, because I can tell by the way you're talking, you haven't did any research on religion, on hell, on Satan, or any of that. Go do your research, then come back. Then come back and talk to me about that, because Satan has evolved into what it is now. Hell has evolved into what it is now. It's not the same. It's not what you think it is. So before you, you got a high IQ. I'm just saying, go and do your research, then come back and see where it started from. See where it began at. See how it became, how it evolved into what it is today. And then come, because I'm just saying, bro, do that first and then come and talk about that. Ask chat by GPT or something. You still in hell. You just, heaven and hell is the same place. It still exists right here. It exists right here in the mind. But go do your research first and try to get a better understanding of what is. And because this is what we do. We follow something and we don't really understand it. We don't clearly understand it. We just follow it and we believe it because our parents did and our grandparents and so forth. And we just accept it. And I'm saying that's okay. But do your research first. Hey, exactly. I'm glad you said that. I hope that don't go over people's head. Heaven and hell is a feeling. A feeling, bro. It's not even a real place. I'm glad somebody knows that and somebody was able to say that without me having to say it. Cause I don't mean to burst people's bubbles, but that's the truth. That's why it's happening here. You feel me? It'd be the ups and downs of your life. Period.
I'm a person who don't give a fuck how white people view us, and I hate when people say like, "Oh, this is gonna make us look so bad. This is why they look at us like this." I grew up watching videos of civil rights activists in suits and ties and dresses get hosed down and dogs sicked on them. I don't give a fuck about, white people don't give a fuck about how we act, how we look, how professional, how educated. Black is black. And you could fall for the whole like, oh, acting like this is why white people don't respect us bullshit if you want to. That shit don't matter. Now, it's degenerates in every culture. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Asians, whites, they got the white fucking meth heads. They got the Asian, whatever the fuck they be doing. The drunken monkey Asian niggas, I don't fucking know. They got Mexican.
Fuck around is racist.
Ain't no race or culture out here doing good enough to be just looking down on us. Like every culture and race could look in the motherfucking mirror if they got something to say about anything we got going on.
Yeah, that's how I be feeling like at times. I feel like I don't like when people try to say, "Oh, well, we're acting like this and then we're acting like that." Bro, we following their narrative once we get to doing that to each other. No, we created a lane, as we always did, for ourselves in the way that we talk and the way that we push. We don't drive like everybody else. We started to, you feel me, lean back driving, which got everybody leaning their seats, not up on their steering wheels. We started so many different things as a people, and they always try to downplay it or destroy it because they want to take it over and they want to become that thing themselves. You feel me? Like, you see people walk around, all the people walking around, sagging their pants. You don't just hear black people talk like this. You hear every race talk like this. You hear everybody do this. But I don't know, when we do it, they try to just make it look like it's bad. And it's like, no, bro, like, this is us. This is us, man. We built this. We made this. This is from generation to generation. Like, from generations that they say was on slave boats and all. We went through slavery and all these different things. We created this. This is like everything that we do, from our music. Like they showed you in the movie Sinners. They showed you every genre of music that we created, and they played them all together. And you know what the fuck? They all sounded the same. So this is us being us. It's not just something that just happened. No, this is what we built over time, bro. This shit is in our DNA, man. We just different. We built different, which everybody is built different, but I'm just saying this is us. Don't let them take us away, because we, like Bernie Mac used to say, yeah, I talk loud. That don't mean I'm going to do nothing. This is just the way I talk. And you got a problem with it, you calling me like you got a problem with the way I talk, then okay, then just get the hell away from me. Don't be around me. This is me. I'm not dead, but we got to switch up, even for our own people sometime. Well, what about how they feel when we, no, hell no. No, bro. I'm not switching. This is me. You feel me? I ain't out here creating. Hey, I ain't out here robbing people. I ain't out here taking from nobody. I ain't out here beating people up. I ain't on the streets cussing people out. This just the way I fucking talk.
All the countries. We don't write our history. It has always been handed down to us orally by our elders. Of course, the white man came and he writes history. In fact, you don't know anything about any place until the white man gets there. Until the white man comes to any place, nothing lives. It's only when he comes and say, boof, I've discovered you, now you exist, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, if we wasn't nice, that should be wild. But like what she's saying is true, because it's weird, because the way history is written here is not the same everywhere else. If you go to any other country, it's going to be different. Like things that that this country did to other countries, I think my son was telling me about it. It's like, his time in Japan, and he was saying the kamikaze pilots, we looked at them as like what we were taught about the kamikaze pilots were different than what they teach over there. He was saying like, cause we look, I forgot how we looked at them as like suicide bombers and different things like that. He said no, they were cowards. They were cowards that didn't. Look, I don't even want to mess it up. It's a certain way he explained it to me that it was explained to him when he was over there in Japan that it was totally different than what we learned about him or what we were told about him. And it's like, dang, bro, but this is what we do. This is what, this is how like history ain't too much been our friend unless it came from us, unless it came from our people. It ain't really been our friend because when they write it, look how they write it. They make themselves look like, they weren't wrong for things they did. It was a reason. Then you have people come here and go, well, it was the white people that freed people from slaves. I mean, why wouldn't they? If you saying that, they the ones who made them. I mean, what the fuck? It was the white man that, okay, what the fuck? He had slaves, and he still had slaves. If that was the case. But y'all just be, what the hell, man? And they're like, why? Well, I don't get it. I do get it. I do get it, though.
If I say right now, hey, Siri, call Dad.
No, I ain't doing that one. I ain't doing that.
We're looking at a slave box. We're looking at a torture chamber of the 1800s when they took the slaves and put the slaves in the box. And when they put the slaves in the box, they simply opened this up, put them in. You see, no chair, no knee space. And they would put them in and close the door. How diabolical is that? I mean, you could just feel the evil that's inside of that, right?
It's horrifying.
Yes.
The hinges and the design of them, even reflecting the shackles of the time. For Lamont Collins, the founder of Louisville's Roots 101 Museum, the slave box, a cruel form of punishment long before the Civil War, is exactly what he wants to expose.
It's a story that we have to understand in America, that the torture, the strength, the resilience that black people had to go through in this country is real.
They trying to erase that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's beautiful, but black isn't power. Knowledge is power. For you can be black as a crow, you can be white as snow, and if you don't know and ain't got no dough, you can't go, and that's for sure. The white man that landed here, he came with two great weapons. One is the Bible, and the other was the gun. If it didn't humble you with the Bible, it crumble you with the gun. And it's still praising the Lord and passing the ammunition all over the world.
All over the world. See, your people weren't your friend either. They enslaved you for thousands of years, then sold you for trinkets. Black Africans are still enslaving each other today. People are still enslaving each other today. Slavery been around forever, bro. Slavery. Look, people be thinking this is wild, right? Because I mean that I understand that people will come in and that's the first thing they do. They want to point the finger away from. We talking about what happened. We ain't talking about what happened over a history of over forever. We're talking something that just went on not too long ago. And today is, I mean, it's 2026. Things is like so far ahead, but not so far ahead at the same time because people still got that same mentality. But this is what people do in order to make it feel like it was okay. Or like, oh, well, I'm not saying, but I mean, your people, like, we ain't talking about that. That was way, way, way back. We're talking about a long time ago. To where those people ain't living no more. You're like, the people from the slavery that happened here is, still alive. And then like ants right today go into other ant colonies and kill off the whole colony and take the eggs and they make slave ants. Like, but I mean, I look at it like these days, like it's a part of life. It's something that happens. Like you got what is it? Not mycelium, but the other thing that actually go and it take over the bodies of certain insects and begin to control the certain insects. Like take over their body and then grow up out of their body and make them still walk around and everything in order to basically make its species keep living and breed off of the species of the insect. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like a lot of things that we do as humans that we don't consider animals or insects or anything being a part of life, because they don't talk, they don't walk, they don't do the things that we do, but we still imitate a lot of things that insects and animals actually do. A lot of things that we do, like being territorial and certain things we do, we just imitate what's already here. It's doing the same thing. Everything is doing the same thing. So people do it too. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just saying. It's kind of weird.
How many fucking times do I have to tell
Oh, I can't play that. That's part of
White
that movie.
facts. White people treat politics like Bloods and Crips, because look at what politics makes white people do. They gangbanging over legislation, fighting over flags, stacking their gang signs, repping the set everywhere. They getting into shootouts, beefing over territories, silencing snitches. They ready to go to war for their OG, OP. All while knowing that these political gangs are the reason that there are more drugs and weapons in the streets. This isn't a democracy to white people. It's love and hip hop Capitol Hill. Republicans being the Bongers Pyrus, with liberals as Democrats. And most of these politicians are old as dirt. They rolling 60 for real.
Oh, that was funny. Brought here, kidnapped.
Please don't do your the weather. Comment section reads, Tom definitely invited to the cookout. Another video shows a white man dancing on stage and the caption reads, it's obvious why Mark is invited to the cookout, where we slide like black lightning across the backyard and turn it into a dance for the cookout, be sacred. But ain't that just like us? Inviting everyone into our holy place is crazy. How all you gotta do is know how to Dougie to dodge accountability. Wash white privilege out with a whip and a nay-nay, they call it muscle memory. They've been whipping nay-nay for centuries. Crazy how when we dance, we get called coons. But Brad dances and gets an honorary plate full of ribs. We keep feeding them like they didn't force chitlins down our throats. Keep dancing. They shuck and jive their way to acceptance, and it's appalling how easily we forget just because Becky can footwork and Allie makes foo-foo. Invitations for the cookout flying off the shelf in the comment section. Hey, bro, do you remember when we invited one of them to our Bible study?
Our job, the job is to cover the land with all types of man, it's trippy because they got videos that show you that, like, even the trees that are here today are not even the real trees. These are a smaller form of what trees were back in the days. Like, when you go up to the redwood forest and you see all the giant trees out there, it's like to the point we don't care about the earth as a natural thing anymore. Like, we so busy covering the earth over with our stuff, with what we want it to be covered with, and that's what's destroying. Like, we talking about, we fucking up the ozone layer and all these different. Yes, duh. It's not breathing the same. You feel me? It's not doing the same thing. That's why. Like, but the planet. See, we think the planet is dumb, but it's not. Because you look what the planet does. Like, the planet itself is alive. Like, see, when you think of your body, right, and you think of your body as being one thing, it's not. Like, you got your lungs, you got your heart, you got all these different parts of your body. It's the same with the new universe. It's the same thing with the earth. So when too much shit going on, what it do, man? It causes a flood. It shoots a volcano. It do certain things in order to rid itself of the fleas that I will call us at times. And it'll just wipe everything away. Like, you see some of them floods that happen, bro, to where it's just washing. I seen a whole city just get washed away like it was nothing. Big buildings and everything, like it was nothing. The planet will just do that at times. It'll say, "Oh, okay, yeah, you think you running things? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make it rain until it just wash everything away." And it take people and everything, and can't nothing stop it. Nothing. As strong as we are, smart as we think we is, when those things be happen, the earthquakes. It say, "Oh, you think you doing something?" It'll come and shake your whole city and knock all the big buildings down. And knock all the big buildings down and go down, build that shit back up if you want to. It'll start a fire and burn up everything. Boy, man, the earth itself seems like it fights back at times. You feel me? But look, if you notice, every part, every aspect of this world is something else here to stop one thing from outgrowing and taking over all of it. Like you got, like, for certain animals, certain insects, you got another insect that only eat that certain kind of insect. You like the plants, you got insects and you got plant eaters that eat certain plants in order so the plants don't outgrow. You got, and when you go into the water, you got killer whales and you got different things, like the whale, the biggest thing, but in order so the whale don't overpopulate, you got the killer whale. And it comes in and it makes sure to keep these whales from not overpopulating the waters. You got plankton that grows by the billions. And you got whales that come along and eat them, so that they, like a giant whale eating nothing but plankton and squid. And it comes along, and then with us, in order so we don't overpopulate, we do each other in. We got diseases. We got so many things that stop us from outgrowing this planet and being able to take over this planet. So we be thinking we doing something and we smart and all these different things. No, there's something here that will always be here to keep us in our fucking place, as it does everything else that's here. So we can think all things that we want, but it's something here. Something here. I don't know what it is. There's many different things that are here that to keep us in our place. Oh man, I missed that one, bro. He said, I don't know. I think he said librarians. I don't know what you said, bro. That shit was funny though. That shit was funny. That was a good one.
9 of us were told well done that night. So excuse my caution for Caucasians casually crip walking for convenience, lying and line dancing, looking like a fool. The cookout. Man, they used to cook us out over open fires, cut pieces of our flesh off, mason jar our hands, claiming can't nobody catch a beat like him. They watching Soul Train reruns, but won't let us teach their children about the Underground Railroad. So look, since when did dancing erase Jim Crow? Since when did dancing erase school to prison pipeline? Since when did dancing erase redlining? So before.
No, you see, I ain't ran you off. I'm telling you, I feel like everybody got, they got that, you're entitled to say or do what you want, as long as you ain't being, too shitty here. You feel me? Hey, you feel me? As long as you ain't being too shitty here. You feel me? And somebody said, I hope you ain't said what I'm laughing at. I laugh at everything. You feel me? I laugh at life. I laugh at death, because death ain't nothing new. Racism ain't nothing new. None of this shit is anything new, period. So mind me if I laugh at everything, in order not to be angry, because my anger then got me locked up many a times before. Well, not many times over. You feel me? But my anger, I have no reason to be angry. I have no reason to be angry about anything. And I always say this. I think I said I'm happy, bro. I'm in my safe space. I've been in my safe space for so long. Nothing that happens on this planet amazes me anymore. It might amaze you. It might make you angry. It might get you out of being who you are. That's okay. Me, no. This shit been going on for over since we've been walking this planet. Back when we were living in caves, like Plato's allegory. This shit, people, you know how I mean? Look, it's only, let's see, 99.9% of everything is extinct. Like, think about that. 99.9. We like the 0.1% of everything that ever existed. Everything. So, this shit, death, dying in many different ways, it doesn't make me feel no type of way no more. Like, I don't know why, but that's just me. It don't make me feel no type of way, because why I'ma cry or get mad about something that's been happening that ain't never changed. And okay, I'm talking about thousands of years. You can go back to the first stories of people and what was going on, and it'll make you go, God damn, like, people always been sick as hell. They always been sick. It's time to be sad. And now, right now, for me, it's not one of them times, bro. Me being feeling a certain type of way is not gonna stop anything from going on. It's not gonna stop anything. This is just me, and it's crazy. I love it. I love it. I have to stay happy for my own sanity. When I'm walking around, I'm being with my kids, I'm being with my girl, or I'm like doing my thing. I have to be in a straight headspace. Period. That's just me.
You mail out your cookout invitations. Remember that they used to think of us as stiff-body, boogie-down chattel. They used to make us dance across the decks of ships, and some of us leapt to freedom gracefully. The break of the water surface was a pearly gate, a jetty into the Lord's arms in the cookout. So packed with pale faces, it ain't no room for my grandkids, and I refuse to ask for space. In my space, I'm indigenous to the groove and the potato salad. Invite me to the country club. Hold the casserole. Let's talk about reparations. Maybe then we could talk about cookouts. Until that happened, all cookout invitations are revoked. Management.
It's accountability from the black community. That's all. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah. Nah, I feel like that from everywhere. You know, from anybody that's doing something wrong. You know, it's to take accountability for the wrong that you committing, for the wrong that you doing. You feel me? Because I don't care, bro. Anything that you doing, it's gonna be somebody somewhere that's gonna always have something to say about anything you're doing. Like the person that said, "Why you laughing like it's funny?" It's like you're gonna always. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter what you do or how you do it. You can be walking a certain way. You can be walking somewhere. Somebody gonna not like the way you walk. You can be talking. Somebody gonna not like the way you talk. You feel me? You, no matter what you do, you can be helping somebody and they gonna not like the way you help. But this is what we do as, I don't know, this is just what we do as people. That's why I'm gonna say it again. None of this shit, nothing is new to us or new to reality anymore. If you look over time, everything has been happening. People have been dying behind some of the stupidest reasons. I always bring up the Salem witch trials for some reason, because when you go and you see what they were doing to those people, it make you go, dang, this is what we do. This is how we crucify each other because of how we feel or how we look at each other. We'll take it all the way to where we will destroy each other. We will literally torture each other behind what we think is right and what we think is wrong. And then if I can torture you, whether it's mentally or physically, it's like I feel good. I feel some type of way by torturing you, whether it's mentally, understand what I'm saying, mentally or physically. If I can mentally do it to you, oh yeah, I even feel good because I see it working on you. I see you getting angry. I see you being sad. I see you being a certain type of way. You know, we do this shit mentally and we do it physically. Like we torture each other because, you know, we walk around feeling like just think though. Think about this. What if the world was actually like the way that you want it to be? If the world was actually just as you wanted it to be, just as you need it right now, what would that even be like? if the world was what you wanted it to be, that means nobody gets a chance to think for themselves. Everybody got to do exactly what you think it is to do. Everybody got to be exactly what you want them to be. If the world was just that. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do. They trying to make the world on what they feel it should be. Then I'll go back to this, what I always tell people, because most people believe in the Bible. In the Bible, it said this was going to happen. This is what the world was going to be. This is what it said. Now, if that's the case, then this is what it is. You can't change that. Like, you can't change that. Like, if I sit up here and I fight with all these things that I know I can't change, that I know, oh, people got to change on their own. I can't change people. You have to change yourself. You have to be better yourself. Man, I'm not giving my life. I'm not here to give my life for anybody but my kids and, you know, the respected ones, family members, and different things like that. I'm not here to give myself for these weird ass things that I see everybody doing. I keep on saying it. Like I be playing the game just because this is the game everybody's playing. And everybody's okay with it. This is the game. This how y'all want to play? Okay, I'm gonna play it too. You feel me? Okay, we got a soccer ball. Let's go and shoot. We on the basketball court with a soccer ball. Come on, this is what y'all want. I got a basketball over there right now, but y'all want to play with the soccer ball. So I'm gonna go on and play with y'all. Why not? You feel me? And this is what a lot of us kind of do. You feel me? Blessings, content creator. I'm content creator. See. And collab live streamer. I sing what? You sing and everything, bro? Don't watch the World Cup. Dang. I forgot the World Cup was going on. I ain't gonna lie, I actually love soccer. But I was seeing a lot of it was like racism in the World Cup and all that shit. But I still actually love soccer. I always loved soccer. And I ain't watched no games. Even when the U.S. played yesterday, I didn't even watch it. You feel me? I don't even know why. I don't know why. I've been doing other things. I've been living, okay? You get to living, I'm going to tell you, you'll start to not even pay attention to half the shit that's going on in the world. You feel me? Like, I hate to say it. Like, when you get to, like, really living, you'll stop kind of paying attention to a lot of things that is going on. Like, and I'm not saying that it's not okay to be into what you into, because like, who am I? You feel me? Do what you do what you like. If it ain't hurting nobody, it ain't destroying nobody, man, be you. Do what makes you happy. You feel me? That's why a lot of times you're gonna see me come on, I'm gonna be smiling a lot. This is like, I'm happy. I'm in my happy space. Okay? Like, not saying I don't get angry at times, but I'm in my happy space. Life is just blissful. It's been blissful right now because I stopped looking out there. I stopped looking out there for anything to make me better. I stopped looking out there for love, for attention. I started looking into myself, and I found out, dang, it was me. Like, even though somebody else was being nice to me, you feel me? It was me saying that they was being nice. I started to find out that I create my happiness. I create when I'm angry. I have control over this. I can control this. And when you start putting an eye on yourself, bro, it's like, I don't know, it's just a different feeling. It's a different feeling, and it's almost like they say when they say liberation. You feel me? Like, I'm not worried about death. I'm not worried about being robbed. I'm not worried about being stolen. I'm not worried about so many different things that it just feels good not to walk around with them worries all the time. You feel me? Like when I talk about Satan, or I bring up Satan, to me, Satan is like the boogeyman. Your whole life, you was told, like when you were younger, you were told about the boogeyman. So what did you do? You hid from life. You hid from the boogeyman. When it got dark, you made sure lights was on. You couldn't even sleep in the dark because you were scared the boogeyman was. So you walked around with fear all the time. And that's like the Satan syndrome. That's the boogeyman syndrome. You walk around with this fear of being in fear that somebody's going to do this to you. Somebody's going to be, somebody already misleading you. But you walk around with these different fears. And these fears, I don't know, they kind of be like stop signs in front of you that you don't see. They're invisible stop signs. Because like you start feeding into, like, once I stop believing in a lot of different things, bro, I didn't have to carry the burden that those things carried. And I think that was like the best part of the best thing that happened in my life. It's like me not believing in everything. So everything, as I said, it can come and go, because that's what it do in life anyway. Everything comes and it goes. It don't just stay here. Things come and then they be gone. People live and then they die. Everything lives and then it dies. And then it's every time something is born, what is it? It's a new world. When you have a kid, they come out, they look at the world different than you. You teach them a couple of things, but it's a new world in their eyes. Like even with plants, even with dogs, even with animals, it don't matter what it is. Every time something new is born into it, it's a new world. And this is what's supposed to happen. The new system's supposed to come in, the old system's supposed to die off. Like, period. This is just how it works, bro. And I don't know. With that being said, I used to hate saying that. Yeah, good afternoon. Oh, what's up with it, Bryson? Yeah, but no. With that being said, I'm about to go though. Here yesterday. Oh, dang, you came in late. But I'm going tonight though, because it's Friday. Like, we're about to go to the beach. You feel me? Like, we're about to go to the beach right now and go get some beach sun in. I kind of want to swim in that water, but tonight I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be like I'm gonna do a kind of chill and talk live. Like, I know a lot of people, like, they come through and like it'd be weird, right? Because some people come through and they'll be talking shit. And then next thing you know, they just will stay around. They'll stop talking shit. And then we'll end up being friends and trading information and talking about different things. And I kind of like that. So as long as you ain't being disrespectful, you feel me? Because everything I say, I ain't saying it's correct or it's right. You feel me? I'm looking at this shit with the same eyes, the same mind frame as everybody else. So when I come back later, that's what I'm gonna do. I finally was able to get into my Discord, Master Creator, finally. So I'm gonna come back later, and then he said, "Nah, no, people do be on some bull. That's a part of it. I'm telling you, people." I'm responding to the bullshit. No, you supposed to. We respond to the bullshit, but I'm saying, sometimes you gotta, for people to see how people are, you have to let people be people. Cause they be the example. They be showing you, hey, look, okay, yeah, y'all kind of right on what y'all talking about, cause look how they acting. You feel me? That's why sometimes you gotta let people be people. Like, you gotta let them be them, like, period. Man, that's someone. No, hey, I'm punching them back. No, I that's what I said. I said when people get angry, they say some weird shit. Yeah, you gonna say some weird shit back. But I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I was to take everything people say on here with me when I leave, bro, I wouldn't be happy all the time. I wouldn't be laughing all the time. I'd be mad like them. Some people just be angry at life, man, and angry at shit. And you gotta let them be them. You gotta let them be them, so it makes you look at yourself and go, do I want any of that? I don't know. I don't know if I want any of that shit you giving, because that shit, if that shit got you bad like that all the time and disrespectful like that, I don't know. You feel me? But yeah, if they get real disrespectful, we always just kick them out. But that's what I'm gonna do later. I'm gonna come back because it's Friday. You feel me? We chilling. I'll just be liking to kind of chop it up. I like to watch videos and do this, but I be liking people to come in and then like we just having a chat and just just talking. Because a lot of us are intelligent. That's why we watch the things that we watch, I think, because a lot of us already know and have an understanding, and we understand. That's why we watch the things we watch. So I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a beautiful day, no matter what, bro. No matter what the fuck is going on in life, man. Keep yourself beautiful. Stay true to yourself. All right? Don't let nobody get you outside the box. See, he said that somebody punched me, I'm punching them back. Yeah, me too, bro. I mean, me too. Anybody's gonna do that. You're not gonna sock me like instant. While your fist is in the air swinging at me, I'm throwing one already. We mixed up. All right, not just. And you better just hope you hit harder than me. I done got older, so I probably don't punch as hard. But I'm saying I can still throw them. You feel me? Now let me stop. I ain't fighting shit. I don't fight no more. I don't do that. Let's see. We all Americans. Stop with the labels. That's the problem. America is a label. That's another label. It's all labels. You feel me? That's all it is. But you can rip the label off like I just did the tape right here. You feel me? And see what's under it. They're all labels. But we have to start somewhere. This is the thing, right? We have to start somewhere, bro. Like with everything, we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. And like just having these conversations is just a start, like in itself. It's going to be ups and downs. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for so long. I didn't have people say, I can't do nothing but laugh because I've had discourse to where it just always was like kind of sometimes it'd be crazy. But then once we get to really talking, like, and we get the bullshit out the way, the conversations be in depth. And then we be more on like, cause this, like on this channel, like I used to only basically talk about spirituality and different things of that nature. You feel me? And like, I just had a couple family members get on me and be like, hey bro, I understand you into your spiritualness and all that, but you need to bring forth some of these topics that is really going on and certain stuff that's still happening. And like, I kind of understood that. And I said, if you're hiding from anything that's happening in life, you're trying to make it seem like it's not happening, and it'll be happening. And so it's like, nah, we'll bring everything to the forefront and just talk about everything. Why not? And then still be able to still have the more spiritual talks of understanding reality and looking at reality and the way reality is working and it's going, and us being human in the reality that is scripted. You will be in all these different things, but I gotta go, y'all. Different folks, same stories, huh? Has no no one spits on you, bro. I told you. Look, I'm telling you. People be always saying, like us as black people be acting out. I told you when I went to the car wash the other day, the Indian dude. You feel me? Walked up to the one of the dudes at the car wash, and he was like, "Hey, oh, can I help you?" And he just turned around and started cursing him out, and then spit on him like a few times. And I'm like, "Oh hell no!" I said, "Man, it be all people. It be all people acting out. But it is what it is. So peace. Y'all have a good one. I don't like to ever leave and like on bad terms and have you walk away from the live all angry at life and shit. You feel me? No. Be happy, man. Find your happy space and let that shit and like comfort you. You feel me? Ain't no use of walking away from this shit angry because it's not going to change anything. You're just going to be out there mad at the world, and you might just punch somebody by accident. We don't want that. You feel me? We need everybody that be here to be here. We don't need nobody in jail. We don't need nobody in trouble. You feel me? Right now is not the time for that. This is just not. So I don't like people to leave and be angry. Just have a good day, though. Have a beautiful day, man. I'll see y'all later, man. I didn't have for